Hi everyone, I am Miss Pizzo. I'm one of the school counselors here at Wilson Middle School. So if your last name starts with an A through K, then I am your school counselor. So what do school counselors do? We talk to students about academic counseling, college and career counseling, and social emotional counseling. So again, I am Miss Pizzo and I help students with the last name A through K.
Hi everybody, my name is Mrs. Stewart and I am the school counselor for students with the last names beginning with L through Z. Mrs. Pizzo and I can be found in the student office.
I'm Mr. Harrison. I'm the reset room supervisor, and my room is right down the 51 hallway. I'm in the front part of the room. I'm accessible in the hallways during passing time, out front in the morning, or after school out front, and I help with students who are struggling with anxiety, anger, frustration, any type of behaviors that might emerge throughout the school day. I am here to assist students in that regard.
Everyone, my name is Miss Bach. I am part of the school social work team here at Wilson. My room is located in 101A, which is in the 6th grade hallway.
Hi guys, my name is Mrs. Molman. I'm also a school social worker here. My room is 113A, and Ms. Beck and I, as school social workers, are here to support students with any social emotional needs. It might be in groups, it might be individual time, it might be breaks. So come check us out in those rooms.
Everybody, it's Mrs. Stewart again. I wanted to talk to you about the gold standard. This year at Wilson, we've chosen to adopt the idea of being the gold standard, and this is for staff and students. The gold standard is the best that there is. So you might hear staff say, be the gold standard. This means to be the very best in all you do. Be the best in the way you dress, in your studies, the way you treat others, and your behavior. Being the gold standard in the way you dress promotes a more serious school atmosphere, which leads to better academics and behavior. The clothes you wear affect your performance and your motivation. What you wear shows people how you view yourself. Studies show that people who dress nicely and modestly have more confidence and they're more focused. I know that I perform better when I dress better. As a reminder, here are some examples of things not to be worn here at school. Along with those things, our dress code is written as things that should not be worn. Clothes with holes above the knees, unless there are leggings underneath. Sagging pants, flip-flops, beach shoes, athletic sandals, or slippers. All shoes must have a back strap, including Crocs. Backless, see-through, strapless, spaghetti straps tops, cropped shirts, low-cut shirts, spandex shorts, anything that's excessively tight or short shorts, skirts, or dresses should not be worn. Fingertips must touch the bottom of the short. Clothing that promotes tobacco, alcohol, drugs, profanity, violence, hate, or any inappropriate messages. Hats or hoods should not be worn. Animal ears or tails. Flags. There are to be no coats in the classroom. Pajamas or slippers should not be worn. Spiked jewelry should not be worn. Extreme or excessive makeup. Writing on bodies or clothes with markers or pens, or visible piercings other than the ears, or a simple nose stud. Next, I want to talk about being the gold standard in your studies. That means that you make school a priority. You complete your homework assignments. You stay on task in class. If you don't understand something, ask for help. And when you have a test coming up, you need to begin studying days in advance rather than the night before. Being the gold standard in the way you treat people looks like kindness and compassion and understanding. Back in my day, people would say, live by the golden rule. The golden rule is treating others as you would expect to be treated. We all have struggles that nobody knows about. Every day, people are fighting battles you might not know anything about. So be the person who builds people up rather than tears them down. Lastly, be the gold standard in your behavior. Be respectful, lead by example. I like to say it's nice to be nice to the nice. Think about that for a second. It's much easier to extend kindness to those who are kind. Creating this kind of positive atmosphere will increase student success and make it fun for you to be at school. Let's all do our part at Wilson to be the gold standard.
Everyone, we have some exciting news to share. The therapy dogs will be back again this month for their visits. The first visit will be on Friday, September 15th. Typically, the therapy dogs, the visits are the first and third Friday of the month, and they will be in the LRC during all lunches.
In order to come and see the therapy dogs, you must sign up. Before or after school, you can use your phone to use the QR codes that are posted in the social work rooms, the counseling offices, the reset room, and the main office. Or you can also follow a link on the SEL Google Classroom. Ms. Pizzo will explain a little more to you about that Google Classroom and how to join that Google Classroom. There's going to be a link to sign up for the therapy dogs on there as well.
Hope to see you there.
Hi everyone. Again, my name is Ms. Pizzo. I'm one of the school counselors here. If your last name starts with A through K, then I am your school counselor. So I'm talking to you guys today about a Google Classroom that we created. It is going to be called the SEL Wilson Middle School. The goal is to have every student at Wilson Middle School add our Google Classroom. So if all of you can please go onto your Chromebooks right now, log in, and go to Google Classroom. At the top right, you will see a plus sign. Click on it and type in the code. You want to join the class, the SEL Google Classroom, and you will type in the code 47JESOJ. Once you join, you will notice 3 different materials posted in there. First, there is a request to see a counselor. There is a Google form to fill out when you need to speak to either me or Mrs. Stewart. On the Google form, it will ask for your name, what grade you are in, and who your counselor is, and the reason why you are requesting to see one of us. On the Google Classroom page, you will also see the Therapy Dog sign up. That is also a Google form. And like Ms. Bach and Ms. Molman had said earlier, the Therapy Dog sign up page is going to be on our Google Classroom. So if you want to see the therapy dogs during your lunchtime, then please go on and fill out that form. The third thing you'll see in the SEL Google Classroom is SEL Wednesdays. We will post activities and lessons in here. We need everyone's help in making sure all students are logged in and have joined our SEL Google Classroom page. It's going to be used often. So the last thing that we're going to ask for you guys to do is do the SEL activity. In the Google Classroom, under SEL Wednesdays, you will see a Google form. In that Google form, it is going to ask you guys to please fill out different topics that you guys want us to talk about for SEL Wednesdays. You do not have to put your name, that is optional, but we are asking you to please fill out your grade level and give us your top 5 lessons or topics that you guys want us to talk about. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Harrison. As you all know, we are going to be starting our SEL lessons every Wednesday. SEL stands for Social Emotional Learning, and these lessons will be about 20 minutes in length, and it's going to cover a variety of different topics, not only on how to better yourself, but also how to be a better friend or how to have better peer relationships. Now, every single one of us can benefit from, improving our own self. Some of you might have, trouble managing frustrations, and some of you might say or do things you typically wouldn't when you are frustrated. So we can talk about different coping strategies, different calming techniques to help you better yourself so that you can manage those emotions, because the emotions aren't the enemy. It's typically how we process them or how we deal with them. So we will be sharing a lot of lessons that have to do with yourself and what you can do to be the best you possible. Additionally, we are going to have lessons that are geared toward how you can be a better friend or a better peer to others in the school. So what you can do to have the best relationships possible. So an example could be if you see somebody getting put down, instead of just sitting around and not wanting to get involved, standing up for that person, because we don't want that here at Wilson. We want to have a great community and a great school for everybody, because at the end of the day, every single person should feel safe and valued while they come to the school. So we're going to be talking about very important topics during social emotional learning, and as I said, 20 minutes is going to be an investment in building you up and also building the community of the school to make it a better place for everybody. Looking forward to sharing some great topics with you, and have a great rest of the day.
Hey, 8th graders here at Wilson, Mrs. Purdue here. I'm excited because for a long time I ran a program that was near and dear to my heart called Peer Mentoring. I'm actually passing that program on to an amazing group of staff here who are working together, the SEL team here at Wilson. But I'm going to help them get that program started and up and going. So if there's any 8th graders here at Wilson and the things that I say are something that maybe you would shake your head and go, yeah, that's me. Someone who is trustworthy, someone who has pretty decent grades, someone who shows up to school regularly, someone who has empathy and likes to help other kids or help people in need. If those things sound like you, then peer mentoring might be the right fit for you. Peer mentoring is different than peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is a class here at Wilson. To become a peer mentor, you have to be an 8th grade student. And then when you become a peer mentor, you sign up. You're going to use the SEL Google Classroom page to sign up, and there's going to be a Google form in there. And you're going to fill out the Google form with some information about yourself and why you would like to sign up to become a peer mentor. Once selected, so just because you sign up, that does not mean that you're selected, you may be invited to a training that will happen. And I will be assisting the SEL team with that training, and that training will probably happen on a Wednesday morning before school starts, and during that late arrival time period to accommodate all of the athletes and people who have after-school activities. And what will happen as a peer mentor is that you will get a pass and you will be leaving your classes a few minutes early. And during that time, you will go and pick up your mentee, the person that you're supporting, and help them get to their classes. You'd also become a buddy for this person, a support, someone they can look up to, a role model. And so those are the key elements. So if you think that that sounds like you and you're somebody who can really make a difference in another student's life, please sign into that SEL Google Classroom page, find the Google form to apply to become a peer mentor, and apply today. Thank you.